I am going to ask you to do this with me. This is a kind of seasonal song that I love doing. I think we'll just start off with this short little song about carving a pumpkin, and we're going to make faces. And hopefully some kids will show up. So it says, I'm going to carve a pumpkin. I'm going to carve a face. I'm going to carve a pumpkin. Make a mess all over the place. I'm going to carve a pumpkin. Scary as can be. I'm going to carve a pumpkin. Here's the face you'll see. You got to do this with me. Well, I'm going to carve a pumpkin. I'm going to carve a face. I'm going to carve a pumpkin. Make a mess all over the place. I'm going to carve a pumpkin. Silly as can be. I'm going to carve a pumpkin. Here's the face you'll see. All right, one more. And somebody say what your pumpkin is feeling, something we can show with our faces in the chat, and I will do that one. I'll keep an eye on the chat. Do it now. I'm gonna carve a pumpkin. I'm gonna carve a face. I'm gonna carve a pumpkin. Make a mess all over the place. I'm gonna carve a pumpkin. Silly as can be. I'm gonna carve a pumpkin. Here's the face you'll see. All right, song I learned from the singing of Sandy Byer, and I don't know if she made it up or not.
Yes, the mystery song. So that's what you want at Halloween. And here's my pumpkin song. I used to be a children's librarian, and I worked in the library in Half Moon Bay, where they grow pumpkins all around in the fall. But I found out what happens after Halloween to those pumpkins, and that comes in the last verse. But join in with me on the chorus, but on mute. The summer is gone and right on cue. The leaves turn yellow, the sky turns blue. You know it's time for Pumpkin Day. Let's all jump down to Half Moon Bay. Pumpkin time, pumpkin time. Put those pumpkins in a rhyme, 'cause it's pumpkin time. A pumpkin for me, a pumpkin for you. Gonna make mine into pumpkin stew. Pumpkin ice cream in a cone. Pumpkin head from the Twilight Zone. Pumpkin time, pumpkin time. Put that pumpkin in a rhyme, 'cause it's pumpkin time. A pumpkin to buy, a pumpkin to sell. Pumpkin soup in a pumpkin shell. Pumpkin pie, sassafras tea. Chew and sip and the grin's on me. Pumpkin time, pumpkin time. Put that pumpkin in a rhyme, 'cause it's pumpkin time. A pumpkin to carve and not to eat. A jack-o'-lantern to light the street. Set the candle and strike the match. Turn the cows in the pumpkin patch. Pumpkin time, pumpkin time. Put that pumpkin in a rhyme, 'cause it's pumpkin time. So the day after Halloween, they open the gates and let the cows in, and the cows stomp on the pumpkins and eat them.
Speaking of pumpkins, once I drove to Los Angeles on Highway 5, and at the top of the Grapevine, where it turns into like 50 lanes wide, and it's downhill, and it's 2 in the morning, and there's no one there, and all of a sudden the road turned bright orange. And it made no sense, except the car was slipping and sliding at 70 miles an hour. And all of a sudden, the orange highway turned white. And it turned out that a truckload of pumpkins had overturned at the top of the grade, filling the highway with uncrushed pumpkins, which we in the cars promptly crushed. It was exciting there. Like, what? How did this happen?
What the fig?
And I don't get to tell that story very often, but here we are.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Okay.
it's definitely a scary story.
Yeah. Well, this song here is
You've
not,
got to hear Harry Chapin's 500 Pounds of Bananas. If you don't, it's a true story about a similar incident.
I don't know if any of you here have heard of Joe Riley. He's a singer and songwriter from Michigan. A really sweet guy, and I'm going to sing along with my recording of his one of his songs, and here we go. Let's see if I can make it happen. Oh, what is wrong? Let's see.
I love nature.
Can you hear me?
Is cool. Forest is my classroom. The earth is my school. The trees are my teachers. Animals are my friends. And on this all life depends. I love nature. Nature is cool. The forest is my classroom. The earth is my school. Trees are my teachers. Animals are my friends. And on this all life depends. I love all of nature, yes it's true. That means I love myself and I love you too. When I look around me, nature's all that I'm seeing. Plants, animals, earth, sky, and human beings. Nature is like one big community. Many animals might live inside just one tree, and that tree gives us oxygen to help us breathe. This whole interaction is called ecology. I love nature. Nature is cool. The forest is my classroom. The earth is my school. Trees are my teachers. Animals are my friends. And on this earth all life depends. I love flowers, they are so pretty. I love them in the forest and I love them in the city. And I love mushrooms too, on a pizza or in salad. But my favorite place for mushrooms is right here in this love ballad. I love children and I love H2O. And children who love nature can help the rivers flow by protecting habitats like wetlands and wet meadows. When we work together, we can all help nature grow. So I love nature. Nature is cool. Forest is my classroom. Earth is my school. Trees are my teachers. Animals are my friends. And on this school, all life depends. So let's love nature right now with all our hearts. That's right, this present moment is a great place to start. We don't need any money, it might take a little time. We need to open up our arms, hearts, mouths, and minds, so we can see the gifts Mother Nature can bring. When we learn to appreciate it, it makes us want to sing. And when we are smiling and singing our song, other people hear us and they want to sing along. They sing, I love nature. Nature is cool. The forest is our classroom. The earth is my school. Trees are my teachers.
So I just wanted to let you know, anybody who's interested, he's got a whole album of environmentally focused kid songs. And I will write the name of the album in the chat for you in case you want to hear more. But he's got a big fan base of kids.
I was thinking of doing Mark Graham's "The Brains Were Small and They Died." When I sit in contemplation of the human situation, I often feel a certain sense of pride, for our achievements are many and mighty, and the evidence cannot be denied. But my reverie is shaken, 'cause my thoughts are always taken to a tragedy that happened long ago. When they're moved through the land, beings awesome and grand, the fabulous dinosaurs. Oh, they were creatures in a rather avian and reptilian, in their unique and stylish ways. The numbers could be reckoned in the millions. There are 0 of these heroes in the world today. They had music, art, and fashion. There was dinosauric passion, and I think they'd be enraged and mortified that when they're mentioned today, it's only to say their brains were small and they died. Now perhaps some asteroid that Mother Earth could not avoid became the agent of their premature demise. Well, I understand that these things can happen, so who are we to criticize? When we pollute the earth like fools, frack and sell those fossil fuels which ensure ironic global suicide. I would venture instead that the humanoid head is where the tinier brain resides. And when we're gone, our works will start to crumble until nothing can be found. In 10 million years, some other guys may stumble on our fossils, and some ossel will begin to expound in some scientific study to his cockroach science buddies that the evidence can never be denied. They were big, dumb, and slow. They couldn't go with the flow. Their brains were small and they died. Their brains were small and they died.
Green leaves lie scattered among shriveled brown. Orange pumpkins tug on their vines in expectation of jack-o'-lantern ends. As the day of witch and superstition draws nigh, the sun rises late and in fearful anticipation at the first sign of darkness scampers home. Oh, the bats and the rats and the skunk, they all like to spelunk under my bed at night, under my bed at night. Oh, it gives me such a fright when the rats and the bats and the skunk spelunk under my bed at night. Oh, the squirrels and the birds and the mice, they do things that aren't very nice under my bed at night, under my bed at night. Oh, it gives me such a fright when the squirrels and the birds and the mice aren't nice under my bed at night. Oh, the dogs and the cats and the ants, they laugh, they whistle and dance under my bed at night, under my bed at night. Oh, it gives me such a fright when the dogs and the cats and the ants come dance under my bed at night. Oh, the spiders, snakes, and slugs, they all come here for hugs under my bed at night, under my bed at night. Oh, it gives me such a fright when the spiders, snakes, and slugs all hug under my bed at night, under my bed at night, under my bed at night.
That was great. Is that yours or is that someone else's?
No, I wrote both the poem and the song.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So I'm going to practice something I'm doing tomorrow morning in London. Yes, there's a dulcimer gathering in London, courtesy of the Nonsuch Folk Club. Anyway, the dulcimer is here, and I'll see if I can, if this was really a good key for this or not. This song is by the wonderful, wonderful, well, luthier and even songwriter Fred Carlson. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah. I'm going to start off with the chorus. Oh, geez, I hates fleas. They bites my ankles and they bites my knees. Oh, geez, I hates fleas. And I hope there's no fleas in heaven. Yeah, take it to church. When the summertime comes and the weather gets warm, you can lay around the house and eat buttered corn. When the weather gets hot, well, the butter won't keep, and the fleas in the kitchen are about knee-deep. Oh, geez, I hates fleas. They bites my ankles and they bites my knees. Oh, geez, I hates fleas, and I hope there's no fleas in heaven. I see Jim wants to do a little instrumental part. autumn comes and it's frosty gone, and you think those fleas have finally gone. Well, you blow on the fire for to make it catch, and the house gets warm and their eggs all hatch. Oh, geez, I hates fleas. They bites my ankles and they bites my knees. Oh, geez, I hates fleas. Excuse me, I'm getting in the mood. And I hope there's no fleas in heaven. Take it to church now. There, does that qualify as a kid song?
Man, it was stunningly beautiful. Thank you.
Grab my guitar. Just preface this by just telling a little of the background on this. In the early 1780s, for the piano, Mozart composed a set of variations on "À vous diriger, maman," a French song that was popular at the time. The complete work was published in 1785. Here's a rough translation of that song's lyrics. "Ah, mother, if I could tell you what causes my torment. Father wants me to reason like a grown-up, but I say that sweets are worth more than reason." The English lyrics were first written as a poem by Jane Taylor, 1783 to 1824, and published with the title "The Star," in Rhymes for the Nursery by Jane and her sister, Anne Taylor, who lived from 1782 to 1866, in London in 1806. So Rhymes for the Nursery is published in 1806 in London. And so you can all sing with me the first verse, and then I have more verses. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. When the blazing sun is gone, when he nothing shines upon, then you show your little light. Twinkle, twinkle all the night. When the blazing sun is gone, when he nothing shines upon, then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your tiny spark. He could not see which way to go if you did not twinkle so. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your tiny spark. In the dark blue sky you keep, and often through my curtains peep, for you never shut your eye till the sun is in the sky. In the dark blue sky you keep, and often through my curtains peep. 'Tis your bright and tiny spark lights the traveler in the dark, though I know not what you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, 'tis your twine and tiny spark lights the traveler in the dark. All together, first verse. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you
This is a song I wrote for a kid who was having a really hard time in circle time, as many people do, because she got really attached to who she wanted to sit by, and it was very traumatic for her every time that it didn't quite work out her way. So I thought, well, this is one thing I love about working with children is they sort of act out the emotional challenges that we have other ways of maybe hiding or maybe processing in a more mature way. But I think it's so this song is for her, and it's called I've Got Enough. Sometimes all I really want is just to sit by you. Sometimes I don't get what I want, other times I do. But when I don't get what I want and I feel kind of blue, here's a little song I sing, you can sing it too. I've got enough and I can feel it. I've got friendship deep and wide, no one can steal it. I've got kindness, I've got caring, I've got buckets full of fun. This little song reminds me there's enough for everyone. Sometimes all I really want is just to hear you say, I'm your favorite, no one else can join into our play. But then I see how sad kids look when I say go away. So here's a little song I sing to try a different way. I've got enough and I can feel it. I've got friendship deep and wide, no one can steal it. I've got kindness, I've got caring, I've got buckets full of fun. This little song reminds me there's enough for everyone. Sometimes all I really want is just to be the best. I want for you to choose me first ahead of all the rest. But then I think that everyone is scared to be left out. So here's a little song I sing. You know what it's about. I've got enough and I can feel it. I've got friendship deep and wide, no one can steal it. I've got kindness, I've got caring, I've got buckets full of fun. This little song reminds me there's enough for everyone. Let's sing it and remember there's enough for everyone.
This is a song I wrote a few years ago when I saw online a description of a mouse that lives in the Sonoran Desert and howls at the moon. It's called a grasshopper mouse because it eats grasshoppers, but it also eats scorpions and poison and all. And the poison doesn't affect them. So here's the chorus. I'm only a mouse, but I howl at the moon, howl at the moon, howl at the moon. I'm only a mouse, but I howl at the moon. Come out and howl at the moon. Humans, they call me the grasshopper mouse. Out in the desert, I dig me a house where there's nary a cloud and the silence is loud. Come out and howl at the moon. I'm only a mouse, but I howl at the moon, howl at the moon, howl at the moon. I'm only a mouse, but I howl at the moon. Come out and howl at the moon. I catch and eat scorpions, such is my hunger. The poison don't kill me, it just makes me stronger. What do you eat that is scary and sweet? What makes you howl at the moon? I'm only a mouse, but I howl at the moon, howl at the moon, howl at the moon. I'm only a mouse, but I howl at the moon. Come out and howl at the moon. Sometimes they call me a werewolf mouse too. What when you howl do they say about you? Never you mind, you are my own kind. Come out and howl at the moon. I'm only a mouse, but I howl at the moon. Howl at the moon, howl at the moon. I'm only a mouse, but I howl at the moon. Come out and howl at the moon.
Okay, well, I'm going to do a song by Jerry Tenney, who some of you might know. He's local. He used to do a show on KPFA. He does a lot of klezmer music, which shows in this song, and it's called "The Haunted House." I think it's A minor. I walked into the haunted house. Woo! Tried to be quiet as a mouse. Then I started to climb the stairs. The room was cold and the walls were bare. And who do you think was standing there at the top of the stair? Standing there with a whole lot of hair. It was King Kong, the gorilla, playing ping pong with Godzilla. It was King Kong, the gorilla, playing ping pong with Godzilla. Now can you imagine my surprise? Why, I could hardly believe my eyes, for they were all having such a good time that I wish I had brought my own monster disguise, so I could play ping pong with King Kong, the gorilla, and Godzilla. I could play ping pong with King Kong, the gorilla, and Godzilla. Now all I could do was to sit and stare, 'cause I didn't want them to see me there. So I hid behind a chair till I felt the hand on my hair. All of a sudden I started to scream, "Ah!" Then I woke up. Whew, it was only a dream. I dreamt that King Kong, the gorilla, was playing ping pong with Godzilla. I dreamt that King Kong, the gorilla, was playing ping pong with Godzilla. I dreamt that King Kong, the gorilla, was playing ping pong with Godzilla.
A more traditional song written in 1945, co-credited with the longtime two-time governor of Louisiana, Jimmy Davis, who lived to be about 140, and And I don't think he wrote this song. He bought it from a man for $32, but it has taken over, and many people know it in the PFC. The other night, dear, while I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I cried.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.